Hi, I'm Bill Holcomb, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how to paint your first autumn version of one of our most popular videos with an extra special tip at the end. I'm starting with a wash of clear water at the horizon level and a little way up, and then I'm adding a wash of yellow. You can use Windsor yellow or whatever you have, and then some Windsor yellow with a little bit of red. You could use Scarlet Lake, something like that, and mop up the edges so you don't get creep back. Then you can go into Windsor blue, clear wash right from the top, working your way down slowly but leaving some light, and at this stage I'm using a number 10 brush. Add in some clouds, and this will be a mixture of your Windsor blue and light red, or Windsor blue and alizarin crimson, whatever you have available. Now mopping up those edges and speeding up the process with a hairdryer, and you can see that as usual it dries much lighter. And we're just putting in tree trunks and tree limbs. Bearing in mind this is an autumn version, so these will be quite visible because there'll be some colourful leaves with variation on the trees, and we do need those various gaps here and there that I'm leaving because they'll be filled with the autumn leaves. Get in your shapes as best you can, and so a lot of freehand painting here, just shaping up accordingly. Please remember to like and subscribe so that you can be notified of future videos. At this stage I'm now laying down an underwash, a first wash of yellow. You could have yellow with a tiny bit of the red, but this is an underpainting. We're going to come in with some darker, more vibrant colours afterwards. But fill in those gaps here and there, but obviously leave some too. So shape them up using the side of the brush technique. Let that be drying, then do the distant hill area there that has some trees on it that will add a little bit of colour to. But of course, being very distant, it is a bluey colour as it fades. And then adding now in a little bit of the autumn colour, as if there are trees on that hill area that have also turned in the autumn season. And you'll notice that as I get down to the horizon, I've purposefully left that area a little bit misty. See that, where it's much lighter than the rest, and we can lighten that up even more later. So just adding more little bits of variation, wet in wet taking place using a number 4 brush, letting the pigments fuse into each other. Okay, that's coming on quite nicely. Now I've decided that we're going to put the sun here, and I'm using a bristle brush with a little bit of clear water and just putting that round shape in that location with the clear water, then dabbing quite hard with a really robust soft tissue. So it's not an intense sun, it's just enough to tell a story. Then the side brush technique again with a more vibrant colour for the autumn leaves, and you can use about 3 different variations of intensity for these leaves. start as we did with the light colour, then go up to a slightly darker colour and more vibrant, and then finish off with an even darker colour. So drop those in here and there, and then side brush again with that even more dark colour that I mentioned, shaping up the trees accordingly. Enough to tell a story, not laboured in any way, and still leaving a few little gaps here and there to see through. This is an easy painting for beginners, and I would mention at this stage that I'm using Arches 140 rough paper taped down, Winsor & Newton artist quality paints, and a combination of brushes, the Pro Art series, which you can get in different qualities for different prices, and you tracked likewise different prices and qualities. So a little bit of a background under the trees and beyond the trees area, which helps put the trees in place, solidify them, anchor them to the landscape, so to speak, and we'll be doing a little bit more of that in a little while with fallen leaves on the ground. So as you can see, we've got nice variation of autumnal colours going on. And then here and there, just darken up some of the limbs, make them look more structured. Filling in some of those gaps here and there that I've left with limbs going through them. And please remember to like and subscribe so that you can receive notification of newly uploaded videos. The good thing here is you don't have to follow a certain pattern, you just make it up as you go along in terms of the shapes of the trees. After this, we now tackle the ground. So the middle distance coming down to the foreground. Start with a light wash of yellow, then a green wash that has both blue and yellow and a little bit of red to it to darken it some and make it more like autumn grass rather than a summer grass or a spring grass, which would be much greener. So let that dry in the usual way, use a hairdryer to help it along. And now with a flat brush, laying in lots of fallen leaves with little gaps here and there, you can, I think, maintain much better control in these situations like this and others in my tutorials where a flat brush is used rather than a round pointed brush. And what we'll also be doing is laying in some little undulations in the land area here, still using a flat brush. Coming across with a variation of your green, very muted type of green because of the time of year that we're depicting. And if you wanted to, you could put a little bit of coloration in there It's up to you to decide what you think will work best for you. Just using an eraser to get rid of that pencil line at the horizon level, and then I've got water on this flat brush, cleaned off the flat brush as much as possible so there's no pigment on it, just clear water, as you saw me lay that down, and then use a tissue to lift. And that's a tip I can give you that shows you how to achieve a misty feel in the background. And then we're going to, on this occasion, for a little bit of added interest, add a few birds flying, coming towards us. Using a very small brush here, you can use number 1 or number 0 even, just to get enough shape and not be too thick. And there we have a completed painting. So the autumn version of my first painting series, so my first watercolor painting series, and I hope that you've enjoyed that, and I know that you'll be able to achieve this. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.